Sunrise, sunset, days go by, each one the same time does not fly, you're gone. I'm all alone. It wasn't meant to end this way, a life of love just tossed away, you're gone. I'm all alone. I try to sleep each night and fail. I've gone from heaven into hell. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't get used to losing you. All that's left are memories, sleepless nights and fantasies. You're gone. I'm all alone. Something must have changed your mind, you're gone. I'm all alone. I don't believe you played a game, I guess I'll have to share the blame, you're gone. I'm all alone. I try to sleep each night and fail. I've gone from heaven into hell. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't get used to losing you. All that's left are memories, sleepless nights and fantasies. You're gone. I'm all alone. I read a book, I watch TV, play solitaire till 2 or 3 are gone. I'm all alone. I wash the car, I play guitar, I sit and wonder where you are, you're gone. I'm all alone. I try to sleep each night and fail. I've gone from heaven into hell. I don't know what I'm gonna do. I can't get used to losing you. All that's left are memories, sleepless nights and fantasies. You're gone. I'm all alone. You're gone. I'm all alone.
Just close your eyes and fall away. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Just close your eyes and fall away. Go to can't wait for you. I can't wait for 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 I can't wait Just close your eyes and fall away. Go to sleep.
Mount Gilead is a small North Carolina town located in the Piedmont section of the state, about an hour east of Charlotte. It goes back to the early 1800s when it was known as Providence Settlement. From its inception through the 1930s, farming and lumber were the mainstays of the area, but cotton was the biggest cash crop in Mount Gilead. By 1904, there was a roller mill, there were 2 cotton warehouses, and a large cottonseed oil mill and a large lumber plant. However, in the 1930s, as the cotton crop began to wane as a result of the boll weevil infestation, all of that began to change. And of course, then the Great Depression brought in a collapse. Then in the late 1930s, the textile industry emerged as the new economy. The story goes that the son of Moses Richter was in college and he was being taught how the small towns were dying and unemployment was killing the small towns of the state. And he came home and spoke to his father about this problem. And as a result, Moses Richter began United Mills, and then later it was called Gilead Manufacturing. And it operated up until 1989 and employed hundreds of people.
I thought, this building is huge. I will never know which way I'm going or where I'm supposed to be in this building. But I got used to it, and it didn't seem so big. I loved working there. It was a friendly atmosphere. We all got along. We had a big canteen where we could go, you know, and have a break. And we were on production then, and we had these little tickets we had to take off every bundle and stick them on the paper at the end of the day so we could see if we made production, and how much, depending on how much we did, was what we made.
We done pretty good there. We were running 3 shifts and had about 49 people working, you know, and that's about the time when everything went, you might say, south of the border anyhow. And within a year and a half, I was down to 3 or 4 people and couldn't keep them busy. I know there was 3 or 4 months period there, and I worked by myself. I didn't have nothing for anybody to do. And somebody asked me one time, how did I hang on? And I said, by a thread. That's all it was, you know.
The mill closings and the changes in the textile industry were really hard, and furniture industry were extremely hard on our small towns, especially in rural areas, and especially those that where the major employer was a textile facility. Some of the mills that closed, their employees may have been 2 or 3 times the population of the town. So it's had major impact not only in jobs, but also restaurants and drugstores and services. Just the whole economy typically has suffered.
It's been a wild ride. We were very busy at first because just across the street was a lingerie factory employing 500 people. So as that went out of business after a while, as well as the 5 or 6 sock manufacturers that were here. There was a lull there where business was not very good, but then the lumber industry took over.
So we're the largest independent Southern pine operation in the world now, with the expansion that we're now going through as we speak, all of it coming from this small town. And over the years, what we've done, we just kept growing when we could, and never having any stockholders. So one of the big advantages is have the family, and I had control. So if we made money, we'd figure out where we could spend that money to get better. And sometimes that didn't please everybody because they like to have a dividend, you know. So I think a combination of that, small town, people with a commitment, has made a big difference. And good workers. People say, where were you from? I said, I'm from a good place to raise pine trees and children.
We have a very good diversified industry climate here in Mount Gilead at this time. We do have some major employers of the town, which are McRae Industries, Jordan Lumber Supply. We have other manufacturing companies such as Paperworks, McRae Wood Treating, Toad Manufacturing. So, and all of them are very different in their business operations. Have a good business climate downtown with our shops.
We were able to get 3 buildings downtown, 3 storefronts, donated to a Mount Gilead Redevelopment Corporation with the idea, we had the idea initially of converting those 3 buildings, which were dormant, into arts and crafts, a center for arts and crafts. So that worked out well. We have a dance studio now upstairs in those 3 buildings. We have the outstanding art program, I believe, in this region in one of the other buildings. That's a company called, or a business called Artifacts. We have a man who operates a business of repairing clocks, particularly antique clocks, in one of our spaces. We have another man who specializes in bottoming chairs, caning chairs it's called. Those businesses would not be there if it were not for the STEP program.
New businesses that are opening up, we're real excited about that. In the last couple of years, we've had some new restaurants to open up on our main street.
So we decided that folks in Mount Gilead are just like everywhere else, and if we felt there was a need for some place to be, then other people were feeling the need too. So we opened a coffee shop. We have come back and visited when there's times where there's just nothing along Main Street. And now there's a little bit of buzz, there's a little something happening, and businesses are starting to consider. I mean, we have several new businesses in downtown right now, and other businesses are thinking about joining Mount Gilead downtown. So I think there's a buzz happening. There's something ready to break through in Mount Gilead.
I would like to see that we can develop a plan that Mount Gilead can become a kind of a niche town to hopefully bring in visitors that want to come to Montgomery County to enjoy our natural resources such as Lake Tillery and the Uwharrie National Forest or Town Creek Indian Mound as examples. I think that's a vision that we need to talk about. And so we're certainly going to initiate the efforts to develop this kind of a master plan that all of our citizens and our merchants can agree on, and we can all decide what is the best path forward for our town.